I heard about that. In the United States, there is a national park called the Yellowstone National Park. Why it's called Yellowstone National Park? Because it has got some geysers, some underground hot water gushing out in it. And over the years, right, the water, when it gushes out and then it spreads, it has sort of crystallized and formed some stone, and that stone appears yellow. Right? So that's why it's called the Yellowstone National Park. Now, in this park, there are some huge ancient trees, oak trees, very big. I'm not sure whether you have seen big trees growing around, but where I come from, we have some big trees because we live in the forest. So these trees are extremely big. So there was a project by the United States government to create a highway in the national park. Then there was usually these highways are supposed to be straight, right? Because you don't want them to be near them. Because then it uses a lot of fuel and expensive to construct. So it so happened that one of these trees, giant trees, was right in the path of this highway. So if it were you, let's say you wanted to stop people from cutting that tree, what would you do? Government to stop cutting this terrible tree. The moment you cut it, that's the end of it. So you want to stop it. What do you do? What strategy would you use to stop government from cutting the tree? Anyway, you mean just let it go and say, well, this is only possible. Anyone who belongs to Wildlife Club in secondary school? Yes, what would you do?
I can organize a group of people attending to raise traffic in the place.
Yeah, you would naturally perhaps organize group of people, let's say a wildlife club, so you go into the streets and campaign against the cutting of that tree and so on. That's one option. What else would you do? Writing a letter to the head of state, to say, no, this is not so good. We can't cut this tree, it's very, very old. What else? What is the most effective way of doing it? You go to the court, get an injunction. But then there was one lady who decided on a very unique strategy. I don't want to say strategy, but it's a unique strategy. She decided that she was going to marry a tree. So she went to the district registrar and said that she wanted to get married in a tree. And that they had agreed, her and the tree, that they will marry. So she brought in her witnesses, and then she also brought witnesses on the tree side, and they signed the marriage certificate. It was now this tree was married. It had assumed a certain status. It could not be cut because it was handed to this lady. So strange things happen in this world. So because of that, right, the United States government had no choice, right, but now to divert the road. So instead of the road going straight like that, right, where the tree was, they had to make two roads. One going this side, another one going this side, and then meeting again in front and proceeding. So that tree is still there because it is married. Right? It's a husband to this green party activist. So people can do strange things. In fact, there are two ladies who have done that. Unfortunately, or should I say unfortunately, unfortunately, maybe the ladies are very, very creative. Because another one also got married to a building which was about to be demolished. The building, very beautiful, people wanted to demolish it and save the building. Okay. Here. Sorry? Yeah, it is. It is a perfectly true story. If I was teaching business studies, that is one of the examples I use. Yeah. So if you were here, you go to my office there, I will show you where I got that story in the book that I used when I teach business studies. It's an ethical kind of question, right? You debate whether the woman did the right thing or didn't do the right thing. So, in your opinion, did she do the right thing? Why?
She idolized the building.
Sorry?
She idolized the building.
No. Trees also have good life. Right? So, do you have any right to terminate the right of a tree?
So I was announced that
What circumstance?
okay, for instance, if there is somebody who is killing a lot of people and who is causing problems in the community, people will prefer to take away that person so that the community should be free. So in that case, the tree maybe can be affecting the community.
My friend, you Trappens will not agree with you. Because if you look at the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, right number one is right to life. That is non-negotiable. Right? So, if you say that this person is troublesome and he is killing people, right? Yes, he is killing people, but he himself also this right to life. Supposing the killing, right, is not because he is a criminal, but because he is mentally disturbed. Right? So do you have the right to take that person's life? The person who is mentally disturbed. Okay, let me give you another story. In 1622, Galileo Galilei, you have read about Galileo Galilei? Yeah, you have read. Who was he? Who is he? The telescope. So using the telescope, Galileo Galilei claimed at that time, right, that the Earth was not the center of the universe, that the sun was the center of the universe and the Earth and other planets revolved around the sun. At that time, that was very, very controversial because the church believed that the Earth was the center of everything centered around the Earth, right? And that the Earth was flat, and that you would fall off the edge if you walked far enough into the abyss. Now we are laughing because now we know our, right? But at that time, that was the belief. And therefore, Galileo Galilei, though he was a very famous scientist, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. So he was put under house arrest, and as a result, he died. Though some other books claim that he was poisoned, right, by Pope Urban at that time, right? Now that was 1682. He was condemned. Okay? Let's assume that he was poisoned. In other words, he lost his life and freedom. Now, in 1968, Pope John Paul II realized that the church was wrong in jailing and killing Galilei. So he pardoned. Now, 1632 to 1968. A very, very long time. And meanwhile, Galileo Galilei cannot be there to enjoy his freedom. So you see there the tricky bit about some of these issues. So it took all that long for the church to forgive Galileo Galilei for something which we now take for granted. But at that time the church said, no, it will not be possible. The world is flat, it's not round. Because in his observations, Galileo realized that he was sitting at some port, and then he saw ships coming in and out of the harbor. When they were going out of the harbor, he could see a ship disappearing beyond the horizon. So he said the world was not flat, it was round. But that is what the church did not agree with at that time. So you see, even the killing, you may kill somebody who is yet very nice. Okay, opening with the question, that is in another way of opening. So you pose a question which is going to be answered in the paper. In this essay, we are going to answer why students browse through their iPhones in class. So that is already drawing people's attention. Oh, some students, instead of listening, they are busy browsing through their iPhone. How do we conclude that? We can conclude by summarizing all the points that we have mentioned in the essay. We can also conclude by coming up with a logical conclusion. In other words, we make an opinion out of the summaries that we have presented. Or we can conclude by asking a real or a rhetorical question. The real question is, given all these factors, given all these points that we have talked about, the question that begs is, why are things happening this way? Or the question that begs is, would things have happened this way if it was otherwise? Supposing you are writing an essay about something that we can ask, we can conclude with some question, real or rhetorical. Okay. The example here is about the school for the deaf. The argument is that one argument that deaf students learn better in normal schools because they have to integrate. After all, they are not going to be living in isolation all the time, so they integrate at an early stage. On the other side, people are saying, look, these people need special attention at the earliest opportunity, and therefore we should have their own schools. Now you want to conclude. So this is how you conclude by asking a rhetorical question. As schools coexist, becoming a silent species, because people are claiming that well, they have to be integrated in normal schools. So I would say, well, can you give your own example? Throw an example at you and then trying to use an example. Jesus ate Christ on the horse. With those two sinners, and so on and so forth. Can you point out something that conclude with some question, either real or otherwise? Let's think of something. This is what I thought. I was asking you to say something that you give it. So I gave you that example. Because I thought that was the easiest example I would give. Now we are saying I should give you another example. Then think of another example yourself. You have an example? Yeah.
No, but I can just give a question.
Yeah.
Did the Christians find it in order to get it?
Huh? It means you have now said the story, and then you end up, did these sinners find their way to heaven? Or which of these sinners do you think found their way to heaven? Or is Jesus indeed the way to heaven? Right? That's it. Don't worry about the story. What we have said is that you have told the story. Now you are summarizing, right? So the way you are summarizing now with the question is exactly the way he has put it, right? So instead of you saying, well, this one on the right went to heaven, this one on the left did not go to heaven, you just pose the question. Right? Excellent. You are closing with a speculation or an opinion. This is the style that you close with when you are unable to come up with an answer or a clear decision yourself. So you speculate or you give an opinion. The last one is closing with a recommendation. You close with a recommendation because you are very convinced that you have said what you needed to say. And therefore, you are recommending. So you have to keep this in mind all the time. Now, someone posed a question, I think, 2 weeks ago, that look, is it in order to put graphs and diagrams in our papers, our research papers? I said, don't worry, wait, we shall go that way. So here we are, in section 4 of this writer, reporting statistical results in your paper. Sometimes, when you are writing a paper, you will be required, or it is important that you present your papers using some statistics. For example, if you are doing a research paper, you go out there, you interview 30, 40 people, 50 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, and so on. And then you want to present your results. You can be presenting them in terms of figures, that well, 230 of them said yes, and then 150 said no, and then 20 said this, and so on and so forth. But you see, that kind of narration is not good enough. It does not bring out a visual picture of what you're talking about. And therefore, you want to summarize what you want to say in visual or graphic form. That is where now statistics come in. You translate those figures into percentages. But that is not even good enough. So you want to put those percentages into graphic form. I'm sure you will be learning about those when you are doing quantitative methods or statistical methods, where you make all sorts of graphs and diagrams. So, first of all, when you are reporting, you would want to report in summaries. You would want to put what you have found in terms of summaries. And the most common summary that is used in reporting are averages or average values. Now, in averages or average values, what you have is a mean, a mode, and a standard deviation. Since I'm not a mathematician and you guys are learning quantitative methods, should we want now ask you, what is the mean? Or how do you find the mean? The mean, how do you find the mean? Gentlemen, mean. How do you find the mean? All the numbers that you have, you divide them by 2, you find the average. Mean is an average. Mode the mode.
You add up all the numbers and you divide the figure by the whole number of values. Let's say you have 3 values, then you add all of them, then you divide by 2.
The mode, exactly, the mode, the frequently, the numbers that are appearing frequently, so on and so forth. Right? And then the standard deviation and so on. Now, we are not going to do those things. If you refresh on your statistical methods or quantitative methods, you will be well acquainted with these summaries and so on. Suffice it to say that here, what we are saying is that you should be able to use these statistical findings or descriptive statistics in your essays. For example, the mean total length of brown trout in Kababo Lake increased by 38 centimeters between May and September, blah, 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 blah. What it means that you have gotten figures of the length of the fish in this lake, and that was the result. Or you report in terms of frequencies. Things happen, and how frequent are they happening, right? And usually, when you are reporting in terms of frequencies, you report in terms of percentages. During the 4 turnover period, an estimated 47% of brown trout and 24% of brook trout was concentrated in the deepest part of the lake. sometimes when you are reporting in terms of a hypothesis. If you are reporting in terms of a hypothesis, what happens is that you have a given answer, and then you want to prove whether that answer is true or false. So, you will have your sample, and then you subject your sample to some kind of mathematical formula. And that mathematical formula can either be a standard deviation or any other formula that you are using. And then you come up with a position, whether to accept the hypothesis that, well, this is indeed what has happened, or you reject the hypothesis that indeed is what happened. The other way of summarizing is through figures. This is a figure there. There are some values on this side and other values on this side. And then you have this figure there and another figure there. Now when you present something like that, it's very easy for somebody to visualize what you're talking about. That these harvested fish, right, were were taller than these fish which were not harvested. Another way of presenting your findings would be by a table like this. That is also visual. It gives you the population of fish in 1997 and in 1998, and you are able to appreciate that way. Another kind of graph is like that. Which tries to look at fish at different levels of alkalinity in the waters. You have the control fish there, is organizing your presentations in terms of tables and figures. When you have a table like this one, it should tell a story. How does it tell a story? It can only tell a story if it has got a topic or a legend. So at the top, you must put your topic. What is the table all about? It is the population variations in heart success, blah, 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 blah. And then the table should have titles for the various scholars. What is the title for this? It is the population. What is the title for this? It is the percentage. What is the title for this? It is the standard deviation that you calculate. This is the range and this is the percentage. That is very, very important. Because you want somebody to be able to read your diagram. And then the body will be the data that is being presented. But it's very important sometimes for your table to have some explanation. Because it's not always that people will know what you are presenting. The most important thing is that whatever you are presenting, the reader should be able to read and make sense out of what you are presenting. We have had cases, we are always having cases when people are writing or just pasting a table and they don't say anything, they don't present it in such a way that you can read what they are trying to say. What is important is that you should bear in mind that a table will always have its title at the top. In the APA style, a table will have the title at the top. So this is another table there. Title at the top. Another table there with the title at the top. Or you may want to present your findings in a graphical form. So instead of a table, you have a graph. Like this. This is pointing to what we found in one species of fish out of growing. This is another species. This is
talking about the growth, and then here you are talking about the time in which the growth took place. But then, what you have noticed now is that the legend, instead of being at the top there, it's at the bottom. So in tables, the legends, the title is at the top. But in the figures, it is at the bottom. That is very, very important. But you will find that people somehow forget. And then when they are presenting their PhD thesis, they have done their masters and they have done their bachelor PhD thesis, you find that this is at the top. It becomes a bit embarrassing, so you start practicing right now. At the table, you have its legend at the top. The figure, you have its legend at the bottom. This is another figure, another type of figure, which is in the form of columns and so on. And each column is representing a specific characteristic. That's another one. Another one. Times. You have two types of figures side by side. So that's another way of making representations. Mind you, I'm just going through this because this is not a statistical class where we are going to be writing these ones. We're just pointing out the kind of figures, the kind of tables that you can draw in your papers. Another one there, a histogram, it's a figure. So the title is at the bottom there. Or you can plot. This is called a scatter diagram, where you have a central line and then you try to see where, on which side you are, what you're finding yourself on either side of that. That's another scatter diagram. That's another diagram of mean populations. Sometimes you will have to put photographs in your write-ups. It is not a bad thing to put a photo if what that photograph will do is to explain what you wanted to explain much better. So you could have a photograph like that one, which is a aerial photograph of some land use. If you were a student of geography, I was at some point, you use these diagrams quite a lot in the land use project and so on and so forth. We're going to show various land use patterns and things like that. Okay, so that is how you present your write-ups. Right from the narration, you can always utilize tables, figures, and the photographs. Any questions? As I said, this is not a class for writing tables, figures, photographs, and so on and so forth. But I'm sure in some other classes that you are going to be learning, in other courses, you are going to come across situations where you will have to come up with the diagrams, come up with the tables, and so on. So just know that when you are doing academic paper writing, these things are very, very important. Are we together? Right. Let us go today. Okay. And we start in the morning, then have a evening.
Things about the presentation. We were playing more and so forth to present your police.
You said, American Psychological
Association, American Psychological Association, that is a body of psychologists. This one is like foods. All my information is jamming. Quite a bit in there. Information from way back. All right. Thank you very much.
I wonder about you said that what would be an exam will be given a special assignment.
This is assignment. Right.
Millennium.
So I'm great.